Hello once again, and welcome to Horror News Radio for November 14th of 2022. Join us for horror movie news, even for it. Welcome to Derry, LONGLEGS, along with trail news for Christmas, Bloody Christmas. All this and more coming up next. Intro, if you will. We just keep the hits coming. All right. I am your host, Doc Rodden, and this is H&R, the official Gruesome Magazine Horror News Podcast. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-hosts on the net, starting off with lead news writer for Gruesome Magazine, the one and only Dave Dreher.
Hey. Hi, guys. Trying to get the timing down there. Never know. How's everybody today?
I know. It's a couple of seconds here. Doing good, Dave. Doing good.
Good. Sounds good. We got some news. We got some news.
You excited for it, aren't you? And we have feedback.
Yeah. I've heard that
what?
before.
You actually did that? Yeah, I don't
feedback.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh, I've heard that too. All right. Also joining us is a living dead girl, Crystal Cleveland. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Could go Crystal Cleveland.
Oh, actually, it sounds good. So it's like because he's got DD and I've got CC. So
hey, that's right.
That's why it works. Is that why it works? Because
that must be. It must be it. I'd never put that together.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because if you go Doc, well, actually, it works with everything. Never mind.
All
right.
Run. Well, we have your regular bits of news. We have upcoming news, some casting news. It's a little light this week, so we'll get through it pretty quickly. And then we have 3 trailers lined up. They're going to be a blast. Make sure you stick around. Christmas is a sight to see. And then like I said, we have some feedback for the past few episodes. As Crystal has been reminding me every episode that I've been behind on it. So let's get into this and start off with our upcoming news. Dave, sir, you are the Stephen King nerd among us.
Guru?
I love me some Stephen King.
Yes.
I love me some Stephen King.
And I think we might have some Stephen King news.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess. I mean, this is based in the Stephen King metaverse, I would guess. Nowhere are they saying that really Mr. King is involved in this. But, of course, we're talking about the It prequel series coming from HBOMax called Welcome to Derry. Now, we don't know exactly what it's prequeling yet at this point. If it's going to be a Pennywise prequel story, or if it's going to be a Losers Club prequel story, or just a Derry prequel story. We don't really know. No one's really saying. Although kind of a Derry prequel story has already been done with that Chapelwaite, right? Because that was all kind of a prequel to... Anyway, it gets confusing. But the news today is that they've got a couple co-showrunners. Is that an unusual thing to have co-showrunners? I mean, usually there's a showrunner.
Yeah.
But this will be Jason Fuchs and Brad Caleb Kane have come on as co-showrunners for this prequel series, which was originally announced all the way back in March of this year. Wow. And things are just now starting to get going. No plot details. Everything is under wraps. But they are saying that it will serve as a prequel to the It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 films, not necessarily the It novel.
Right. Yeah. So, the only thing we know is Variety reported back in March that the series will begin in the 1960s, leading up to the events of It Part 1.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not really sure because, what the kids are, they're only like what? 10 or 11.
I don't think it'll focus on the kids.
Yeah, I mean they're only like 10 and 11 in the story. So
they're not even born in the 60s. So.
Yeah, so they would or they would have been just born. So who wants to watch them have their diapers changed? That doesn't sound like any fun. So I'm guessing probably Pennywise.
Yeah, or I mean the fact that it is called It.
Got to have something in there, right? About Pennywise.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, so but we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. It's all good, and I would love to see King involved in some fashion. I'm not quite sure how, but
I wonder if he even has to do his approval. I mean, does he just like give him the rights and walk away saying whatever? or does he, or is
Send
he,
the check.
because like you look at the Broccolis, right, and some of the others, and they're so like on their properties that you have to get it going through them to get a go, so
to get it green lit, if you will. So, but I have a feeling things are going to move rather rapidly now that we got the showrunners in place, and fan clamor is rather high for this one. People are excited for it, which is always a good thing, right? So,
yes.
So we'll see. Maybe by next Halloween, you think?
Oh, I would hope so.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Yeah.
It is HBOMax. It is Warner Brothers. So there is nothing is solid. Everything is on.
Everything is loosey goosey. Yeah. Well, this whole Discovery Plus with HBOMax takeover thing. A lot of things up in the air with that.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. Discovery. That's why Westworld got canceled. They got rid of some of their more higher price shows because Discovery Plus has taken them over. Yep. They're merging into one giant streaming conglomerate.
Yep. So some things are going forward, some things aren't, and we weren't sure about this, and then finding out that they have showrunners is a sign that it is going forward. So
that's exactly. That's and the Machetes are. Does that how you say their name? Machete. Machete. Yeah. Him and his wife are involved. Yeah, whatever it is. They're both involved. So.
We know that Doc is totally
that's all we really know. It wasn't a huge chunk of news, but any move forward is good. So
and we will definitely speak about it again when more news comes out, because eventually they'll start casting and we'll know about stuff, and
maybe some story details will leak out.
Yes. All right. What is our favorite channel? One of our favorite channels is definitely Shudder, Crystal. What Shudder news might we have?
Shudder. Okay, so in 2023, Shudder will have a new one coming. Well, they'll have a lot of new ones coming, but it's acquired the rights to a Malaysian filmmaker. Okay, I'm gonna probably
dock this up.
Brutalize this name. I think it's Dane Saeed. I think it's Saeed. Yes. I think that's Dane Saeed's horror film Blood Flower, which it premiered at Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas, which means that I gotta tell you, Fantastic Fest is a great festival, and to get in, the film must be decent. So, I mean, that right there just gives me a little bit of like, okay, it's gonna be pretty good. We'll review it on Gruesome, so
yes, we will.
You can hear about it straight from us. But it is going to come. It's from XYZ Films, and of course, they're going to film it on Shudder, like I said. And if you would like to know more, it is written by Saeed, Nandita Solomon, and Ben Omar. And the film tells the story of a 16-year-old apprentice, faith healer, and exorcist who is tormented by visions of the dead and spirits from other dimensions.
That sounds good to me.
Spirit, yeah, it does. So, but I love it. When a malicious spirit begins to wreak havoc around him, the teenage exorcist is forced to harness his supernatural gifts to save his friends and family. So, I think this actually sounds really good. I love religious and exorcism films. We know Dave's not the biggest fan.
They scare me. They scare me.
But I'm all in. I think this is going to be exciting, and I'm actually pretty excited. I mean, based on some of the stuff that I've read and I'm seeing about it, it's going to be kind of spooky.
Yeah, they think it's going to be one of next year's most frightening films and a special kind of haunter. Special kind of haunter.
A special kind
Isn't that weird? That's a weird thing.
What an odd turning of a phrase.
Yes, but
yeah. And I kind of like it. I'm like, it means so much. I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, as you know, I am a huge fan of found footage films. You guys know this, right? It's not a secret, right?
I have all these years. I never knew that, Doc.
You never knew that. All right. In 2018, a film came out. John Cho, Deborah Messing starred in it. It was called Searching. And it came out of nowhere and grew a pretty good following. And it's one of those laptop kind of desktop movies. There's a name for it. I can't remember that name for it, but it's those kind of films. And it was really engrossing. And one of the cool things about it, I don't know if you guys remember, was that there was always news headlines, and all the news headlines told an entirely different story. So if you have watched that movie, go watch it again and just read the headlines, and you get a different movie. But Searching 2 is coming out next year. We've known this, and it's may or may not be called Missing. There are competing articles about that, whether it's going to be called Searching 2 or Missing, and then maybe because there's too many other missing, titled movies, I don't know. But this one's going to be starring Nia Long and
I love her.
One other person that I need to speak about, Storm Reed. Yes. Along with Daniel Henney and Joaquin de la Media, who great actors, great. So it's got a good cast, and it's going to be a different cast. So it's telling a different story, but it's probably using the same techniques. Well, the news about it, all this was kind of known. The news about it is they bumped up the release date, which we don't always hear about. Usually it gets pushed back. The original date was February 24th of 2023, and now it's going to be coming out January 20th of 2023. Now, is this good news or bad news? Because how do we feel about January movies, especially January horror movies?
Well, maybe it's time to break the mold, Maybe maybe it needs a good injection of, I think everyone's kind of like, January is such a bad month in general. Let's be real.
Well, it does have a stigma, right? It has a stigma. Of, that's where the dumping ground is. And I don't think this is a dumping ground movie. Now, we're also going to get Megan, which the trailers have me kind of thinking that movie is going to be a beautiful mess.
I think Megan looks awesome.
I think it looks awesome, so but I feel it's going to be really bad, but in the best way humanly possible. But I am looking forward to this. But I come with a bias, and I'm a fan of the film.
You're a Blumhumper. Yes, we all know.
Yeah, even though this is a Sony film, but it goes over to found footage films as well. So.
I was thinking about Megan. That's what I meant.
Oh, Megan. Yes, Megan. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. So sorry. I didn't mean to cross.
Sorry, I couldn't
streams.
Didn't mean to insult Sony.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm excited. I think January. I think Megan, the Blumhumper movie, is going to be excellent, and that's January. And this is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. January. It's time to take back January for horror.
Take back January.
We do. That should be
every month for horror.
It seems like we have the last couple of years. It seems like in the last couple of years we've had this discussion a lot, and there have been decent January horror films that have come out. And then I can't think of them off the top of my head, but it seems like we have this discussion each year, and then each year we're like, oh, well, that was good for a January horror film.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if Underwater was in January.
That shows you how sad.
Because there was something that came out. I remember early this year when it came out, like one of our first shows. Is that what it was? We were like, oh my God, we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
So
wasn't Underwater in January? Didn't we like that one?
I think it might have been. I enjoyed it. I just watched that again the other night. It just happened to be on.
Did you?
Yeah, it was. I was flipping channels and it was on, so I stopped and I was like, yeah, I really enjoy this movie. This is great. But yeah, anyway, so I think that worm has already started to turn as far as the January thing. So
all right, well let's keep track. We're going to do this scientifically. Not at all.
We're going to get a grant.
We're going to get a grant.
No. It'll be like the best movies ever released this January, and next year we're going to be like, well, what do you think about it being released in January? It's too bad, huh? It's too bad.
It won't matter. It still has that stigma. All right. We have our favorite actors, and Crystal, I would imagine of the three of us,
I'll just take it from here. You guys know I love Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. I have not seen him in anything bad. He's wonderful, and he's weird, and he's fabulous, and I support him 1000%. You go. Okay, so Oscar winner Nicolas Cage. Just have to put that out there. He is starring in a new horror thriller. I mean, one of the things I love about him and Elijah Wood, they do so much for horror. They're such big names, but I know Elijah genuinely loves horror, and I think Nicolas Cage does too. And I I love them for that. Anyway, he's going to be in a new horror thriller called Longlegs for Jason Cloth and Dave Kaplan's C2 Motion Picture Group. There's not hardly any details on what the plot is of the movie, but they're saying it's in the vein of classic Hollywood psychological thrillers. So we might have a debate over whether it's technically going to be a horror, You know how we can all be around here. Anyway, yep, it's gonna start shooting in 2023, and there's a little bit more of the producers and stuff, but that's about all we know right now. But when more details come out, we'll let you know. I mean, Longlegs sounds kind of spider-ish, huh?
It could be.
But it's a psychological thriller. But then it makes you think of like web and like, is it a crime thing? Do you think? I don't know. I know nothing. So
don't know. Maybe it's just about a table with really long legs.
Oh no!
Totally. Yeah, could be.
Now we like the director, Osgood Perkins. The Black Coat's daughter is one of Jeff's favorites over at Gruesome Magazine. Jeff Moore. I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, and in Gretel and Hansel, which was a January release film. And then now this, so there you go.
So he has a good look to his stuff, and so he makes some artistic type. This should be interesting. I think Nicolas Cage, when he plays in movies like this, he makes those kinds of movies exciting. So could be
all right. Well, that's our horror news for this week. So if you like it, please hit the like, the subscribe, share with a friend. And each of those will help us reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're slowly but surely, we're making the climb.
Inching ever closer, are we?
Yes, a little podcast I could. Yes. And but only you can do so. So help us out. Are you guys ready for some trailers?
Yes.
I love trailers.
All right. Well, this is going to be a little embarrassing because we're going to try to get this started here. There we go. Because I always screw this up, but here we go with our first trailer. This is the one to pay attention to. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Let's make sure we hear the sound.
The U.S. Defense Department has
so pretty.
$1 billion on the most cutting-edge robot technology.
With an X.
Plus for the upcoming holiday season.
What are you going to do this fine Christmas Eve?
And we will be reviewing this.
I was potentially going to go meet up with...
Now, you see, the lights look good on a Christmas movie. You want lots of colorful lights.
Because you should have it. Yeah, makes sense.
Just grabbing the drink.
I talk right.
Because he does have the red and the green.
Yeah. But I'm liking it.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
New animatronic
So they're like
Santa
people.
Claus featured at our own TW Bunkers is now the subject of international recall.
Subject of an international recall? No. This looks like it might be my all-time new favorite Christmas movie.
Oh my god.
This guy killed the kid next door!
Did they kill the kid? Ooh.
Oh!
I love bagels. Heat, Bliss, VFW.
Yeah,
Yep.
VFW was great. I enjoyed VFW.
You hear that?
Hear what?
You need to give me a gun.
What is that?
There he is.
There
There's
he
your guy.
Oh, Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Fucking Santa Claus!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Lasers!
Yeah, Laser Eye Santa. Yeah. They have me at Laser Eye Santa.
Amazing. Yeah. This is amazing. Oh no.
All right, I'm in.
I can tell you already it's the best Christmas movie ever made.
But between this and that Violent Night, I think there's going to be a...
I know. Okay, that's what I was going to go to.
Yeah. Between those two.
Sorry. Because, we're going to be reviewing Violent Night, which is going to be in the theaters, and then this is going to be on Shudder. And we will be reviewing both of them. We'll definitely.
That looks like a lot of fun, though. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Not shockingly. only weeks away.
Weeks? Only weeks, you say?
Weeks away.
Woof. I'm not ready. Not ready.
Not ready.
Mm-mm.
Sure, you're ready. Sure.
I'm ready for the movie. I'm not ready.
I'm not ready for Christmas. All right. Staying on theme, the next movie is called Freeze. You know, I'm reaching. It's there.
Yeah,
let's find out what we think of this, shall we?
Half-frozen polar ocean, Gideon, further north than any ship that safely returned has ever sailed.
Now, I believe this has Lovecraftian tones to it.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait.
This reminds me of that. What was that show that was on AMC that had the guys frozen in the lake?
Oh, you're right.
And how to freeze the very life from us.
The Arctic has no mercy.
We have a month at best before Stanley.
Looks good. I mean, they went all out on costumes and stuff.
The first to find this place.
It looks the piece.
Oh, I'm in now. You got me. Yep.
Yeah, Lovecraft Film Festival.
I've suffered in this freezing darkness. These mountains can be cruel.
I know a lot of people just wandering around on the ice.
Find these creatures, that all is lost.
Why help them down you?
They lost themselves in these.
Oh, I like it. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking it was just going to be a. Oh, and see, you know how Lovecraft loves monoliths. I mean, he.
Oh, boy, a whole bunch of them there.
And they're fish people. Looks like
Nice.
Fish. Yeah, it's very Lovecraftian, big time. And that person who's narrating almost sounds like a straight narration from. Yeah, I'm in. I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Origin of fish sticks.
Trust the board and fisherman.
That's good. Yep. Ooh.
Oh, that was loud. Boom, boom.
What was that?
That was our next trailer.
So where's the haunted fish stick coming to us from? What is that? Is that a Shudder thing or?
It is not. It is coming. You have to ask me something I totally do not know.
Sorry, never mind.
That's fine.
Yeah,
When you keep talking, and I will say I should know this.
We got.
It looks like it could be good. I really enjoyed their commitment to the period. I mean, they really.
Yeah.
You know, looks like they spent some money on it. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yep, it's written and directed by Charlie Steeds, and it is coming to us from. Let's see if I can find the company. It's a UK film.
Okay.
And it's coming from Dark Temple Motion Pictures. Do you remember Dark Temple?
I do not remember Dark Temple. Should I remember Dark Temple?
The barge people escape from Cannibal Farm.
Okay.
The House of Violent Desire.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember all those films?
Okay. Wait. Oh, wait.
Oh no, you're not changing your mind, are you? No, we like.
No, I didn't dislike it, but I know. I mean, I know some of y'all did.
Some of y'all.
All
right, now the next one coming up is a film called Gale.
It's Oz.
It has a subtitle called "Stay Away from Oz." So this is another one of those films that takes a beloved, literary classic and turns it into a horror film. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Let's do it.
It feels like it knows me. Like it's calling me.
How long has this been happening?
Ever since I found her.
Your grandmother is?
Death.
And what did you say her name was?
Definitely
Dorothy.
needs change, though.
Dorothy Gale. Come back.
Dorothy
I didn't know
Gale.
she had any family. Neither did I.
A little picture of Toto on the wall.
Oh, was it? I missed it. Damn.
She hasn't said a word in years. I'm afraid a lifetime of psychosis
my
is really
gosh.
taking its toll on her. Can I? Sure. Hi, Dorothy? It's Emily.
I can't handle it.
I'm your granddaughter.
Stay away from us. 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 Stay away from us.
Okay, I like that. That was cute. I like what they did, the morphing of the face stuff. That was fun.
So what's happening?
I don't know. I kind of like how they're doing the trailer though. They're not giving anything really away. They're showing longer scenes, which is better, I think. Yeah.
Oh, we get more. Holy crap. Just keeps going.
It's a 9.5 minute long trailer.
It keeps giving. Dave Annual Alexander films. All right. What do we think of that?
You know what? I'm kind of intrigued. I kind of got to know.
Yeah, me too.
I got to know what they do with it.
All right.
I think it was smart how they did the trailer with those like longer sections of, so you kind of get the feel of how the scares are going to be. Plus, it doesn't show much, which is cool.
But I'm curious. In the original book, was her name Dorothy Gale? I don't remember ever knowing her name other than Dorothy in the movie, at least.
Well, I just presume it is, since that's what they're going with.
No, I'm just.
I suppose a little journalistic endeavor would be good.
I'm just kind of curious if Gale was actually her last name or not. Because if it is, then kudos to the writer for picking up on that and kind of going down that path.
Or was that just in the movie that it was Gale?
Or maybe it was in the book and not in the movie. I don't remember them ever saying.
I know it was in the movie.
Was it? Okay.
Dorothy Gale. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. See, I like it. That's kind of cool.
And
they kind of had me when I seen the picture of Toto hanging on the wall. I was like,
yeah. I know. That's actually precious. I'm like, and then I kept spotting him. I'm like, oh, that poor dog is dead. That's too bad.
Well, that's heading our way in 2023, so I'm sure it'll be on our list, right?
I'm very curious.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know what you think of these trailers. It's a little different. There's no really, big name ones, but I don't know. Christmas Bloody Christmas has me.
Yeah.
Totally
Laser Eye Santa. I'm in.
Yeah. Nothing better than that.
No escaping that one, I'm afraid.
Are you guys ready to do some feedback?
Oh, you actually have it?
I have feedback. I have it ready. Yes.
Crap, yeah.
All right. I did a couple weeks worth, obviously, because I've been slacking. All right. From our last episode, our previous episode, Dirk Rogers says about the Crystal Lake news. I'm wondering if the new Crystal Lake series will introduce or even center around Jason's father. It's an untapped idea that has no legal entanglements and could really expand upon the Voorhees story. I'm so happy that the horror news is back on every week. Great job, Gru Crew. Keep it up.
Thank you,
That's interesting. That's an interesting take.
I love the idea of seeing who the father is. That could explain a lot too. Clever.
Yeah. It certainly could do that. Chad White says, great show, everyone. Lots of stuff here to be excited about.
Chad's great. You're the best, Chad. Thank you for always supporting us.
On our 1024 episode, Renee St. Aubin said, one day I'm going to make one of these live streams.
Did you make it?
Are you here? Are you here? Give us a sign. Give us a sign if you're here.
One of these days, I'll actually figure out how to incorporate that into it. And such is the way. All right. On our 1010 episode, October 10th, Chad White is back again with a great show, everyone. I'm looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's. They make it made it into a VR game, and it is literally terrifying, and it gave me anxiety. I really like Willy's Wonderland, but it had a lot of campiness. I hope they make it into an intense horror instead of being a camper.
Oh, me too, Chad. Okay, but can I say one thing really quick? Okay, Walmart has this amazing Five Nights at Freddy Christmas wrapping paper, and it's blacklight reactive.
So that's pretty cool. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
I bought some because I couldn't not. It was so awesome.
Had to have it, huh?
That's your horror news tip of the week. All right.
Yes. Crystal shopping tip of the week.
Help me pronounce this last name. Mason Kempis.
Yeah. Kempisi.
Says, keep up the great work.
Yay.
Hey,
Sweet.
excellent.
Thanks for the encouragement. The 10/3 episode, October 3rd. Don Joe, you don't do that to me. Thanks for another fun episode. I had to look away for the Halloween Ends trailer. I don't need those spoilers. Also, thanks, Crystal, for not spoiling Last of Us.
Yeah, I almost did. I didn't, though. It was hard.
You were going there, though.
Don.
You were heading that way.
All right. And Marie Neath corrected us on Sandra Bernhard because we were talking about American Horror Story. And she said that she was in American Horror Story Apocalypse as one of the Satanists.
Oh, my God. Why don't I that's actually, now that she says that, or they say that, I'm sorry. That does sound familiar. But I don't remember her.
She looks a lot different now, though. I mean, I recognize her from her voice more than from her appearance anymore. She looks a lot different than she used to look.
But she has a pretty sizable role in this latest season.
Yeah.
I haven't started watching it yet. I've been waiting till it's done. I like to binge.
Nice that you can do that.
But I'll give one thing away. It's a small spoiler, but not anything that's going to affect the show. But she's a tarot card reader at one point. So
that's fun.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah. She does a really interesting and kind of campy job at it. It's really great. Really great. Good stuff. All right. That's our feedback.
Very good. That was worth waiting for, Doc.
I will try to keep up with that. So please leave us some feedback down below.
All together, I mean,
just once a month will be fine, Doc. You can just do it.
Just once a month. We'll try to do it a little more often than that, but if you knowing me, we'll be lucky if it's once a month. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with the Groove Crew. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe button, share with a friend. Every click counts, and of course, only you can help us get to our goal of 5,000 subscribers. Can we do it?
Of course we can.
Yes, of course we can.
Run up that hill.
Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can we build it? But,
of course, we want to thank our patrons over at Patreon for making this show and all our shows possible. And we hope you enjoy seeing the show live as part of being a patron. So that's one of the perks. And then it comes out the next day. So. All right, Dave, Crystal, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having
Thank you, Doc. Always a pleasure.
And let's say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.